Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Vintage Story. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So between episodes I have done a lot of sorting out. I've only got 3 chests left there to actually clear out, and inside this building here I've actually changed the purpose of it for what I originally was going to use it for. I was going to use it just as full storage, as everything I wanted to do. However, I've decided to use it for a slightly different purpose because I want to start my economy going. I actually want to start on my professions. So the first profession I want to do on this server is forestry. I actually really quite enjoy going around cutting down the trees, cultivating new little coppices like this, waiting for them to grow up, gathering up all the leaves off them with shears, and then cutting them all down. And it's really satisfying when you get a big clump of trees like this, and you just cut into one of them for ages and ages and ages, and then the entire forest is just leveled. Yeah, you just get tons and tons of resources, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. And we have got a lot of resources in here. So this is going to be my forestry warehouse. This is where I come to gather up all the supplies I need for my shops and for my building projects, because we are going to build fairly big as well. I want to have a large main base rather than just this small little starter house. And so in here I've created the wall. If I take the GUI off here, the hood off, you can see and just bring it all into focus. Actually, if I bring that up, might actually give you a little bit more light. So you can see we've got oak, birch, kapok, maple, acacia and pine, and we've got all of those different types of woods with saplings, logs, boards, planks, stairs, slabs, fences, gates and a surplus chest on the end. Also on the other side here we've just got sticks, chests, signs, labelled chests, an empty chest for now, not too sure what to put in there. We have bamboo, aged wood, ladders, hay bales and trapdoors. So this is everything you can make out of wood and the hay bales as well. And then down here, because that chest is going to be for charcoal, so down here I've actually started clearing out, haven't finished it yet, but I've started clearing out this area here as the 13 by 13 underneath the ground. And then I will drop the walls down on the side to make an 11 by 11 in the centre, and we can start actually using that to make our charcoal. And I've also just made up a load of tool racks here, so I can put 2 on there, 2 above the door there, and 2 on there. And these are going to be our, what these are going to be, the shears, the axes and the saws that we're going to need for the forestry as well. So if we grab some signs here, we need 1, 2 and 3, and then we can put above there, and above there, and then we need the charcoal that I've got, and right on here this is going to be the shears, just on there. I might actually put that down onto the next layer as well. It makes it a little bit more readable from down here. So this is going to be the axes above the door there, and then this is going to be the saws just there. And so that's, we need to start filling these up. Now we're going to start off with copper, of course. However, I have been going with a flint for the main purpose of cutting all of these down. And I do have in here, I think, yep, I have a load of flint. So I think I'm going to make up a load of axes just to start filling up those things in there, the tool racks in there. It's kind of typical, but when I just start recording again, it stops raining. Oh no, it's just, yeah, there we go, it's actually raining again now. So it is raining at the moment, and it has been thundering and lightning as well. However, I've managed to fix my little problem with the sounds of the rain and the sounds of the thunder and lightning. I've taken a rather drastic approach, and I've actually overwritten some of the game files with silent MP3s. So I've just downloaded a 18-second completely silent .ogg file, and I've taken out all of the lightning sound effects, all of the rain sound effects. I've left the wind in, but all of the other weather sound effects, and just replaced them all with silence. So the game will actually play the sounds, it's playing my sound effects rather than the sound effects that came with the game. And it's cleared everything up. So what I've actually been able to do is turn the ambient sounds back up to 40%, the same as the sound level. And I'm able to play the game, but I'm not getting the white noise in my ear, and I'm not getting the lightning effects either. So we have made a load of axe heads here. We can make these up to the axes and put these on the tool racks. And then I want to show you what I'm planning on doing for the forestry, and where I'm planning on building for that. Because there's a fair amount to actually get through with that, surprisingly enough. There is a decent amount to actually start doing. So the axes are in the centre here. We're going to put 1 and 2 on there. So actually empty a bit of space up here, and we can bring all of these down and put that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. And we do need one more, but other than that, that'll be okay. So I've put up a map here so you can see the surrounding area. We have Copy Girl and Nishantin building in this area over here. We have Nathan building the community centre over here, or the town hall, but all his stuff at the moment is in chests, which you can see just on the map there. And he will be building somewhere, I'm not too sure where, but around the area. And then all the way up here somewhere, way up here, Natalie is building. And he's building like his own separate little colony, and he can bring resources from the far reaches of not the far reaches of the world, because the world's like 1,000,000 blocks wide, but from the far reaches of the outer skirts up here, all the way back to town. And so he'll be basically playing a peddler or a trading wagon or something. It sounds like a really cool concept, and I'm really excited to see what he does with that, and what he can actually bring from further afield into this little village here. Anyway, I have started clearing out behind here. You can see this was full of trees, full of pine trees, with a couple of birch and a couple of oak trees in there as well, but it's mainly been pine. And my idea is to clear out quite a large section of this, and then fence off the different fields that I'm going to be using, and then grow a lot of trees in different fields or in different fenced off areas. So we can have things like this coppice here, but I think I'm actually going to prefer to do them at least one apart. I mean, these are just set together as every single block is a sapling, pretty much, and then just let them all grow into one big homunculus. But I think I prefer it to be kind of one sapling there, one sapling there, one sapling there, and we'll do it as a grid like that. And I also think that we will do a stack per field. So I will do basically an 8x8, which will be a 16x16 total. So we'll have one there, and one there, and then one here, and one here, and one here, and then one here, and so on and so forth. But we'll do it so that if you've got a whole stack of saplings in your inventory, that will fill up the entire of the inside of one of the fenced areas. I'm going to head back inside and wait overnight, get some food just before we go in. I haven't really been solving my food issues very well. I've been gorging myself on berries, mainly because I know there's crop rotation in this game, and I haven't wanted to replant anything because I don't exactly know what I'm doing with any of this. So I think we have some cabbages here, which I will take some of for my food for tonight. There we go. Do we have any other food which would be nice to have with that? It doesn't look like it. I'm sure there is some inside though. So yeah, I'm going to make myself some food for the night, because this is still the only permanent light on the entire server. And yeah, I will see you in the morning. So one thing I do have to be aware of is that this map here makes this ground seem a lot bigger than it actually is. If you look at this, this looks like a gigantic area considering how small I am. However, in front of us, this is everything that I've taken out so far, and suddenly it's enclosed right down. You look at the size of the buildings around, and suddenly this area doesn't seem so big. So I may actually need to take out a fair amount of space in order to create 7 different fields that I'm going to want. And so I'm just going to go around and try and clear a bit more of this, work out exactly how much space I'm going to need, and I might actually try and put one of the fence posts up and see if I've got enough. In fact, I'll just get like 64 random items and stick those down on a grid, and then we can work out just how much space we're going to need to make a single field, and then we can expand out the deforestation area to match like 7 or 8 of those fields. So what do we have which is up to that? So let's see. I suppose, do I have enough hay bales? No, definitely not. Those only stack. Oh, these do stack in, but they can't be placed. I don't have enough saplings of any single type yet, so not too sure what to use. Why, of course, if in doubt, use soil. We'll grab a couple of stacks of that. We're only going to use 1 stack. You can see the lightning there. And let's have a look where we want the first field to be. I suppose if I kind of want to keep these little hillocks and stuff in. I know I've chopped that one down anyway. So let's start just by putting up one here. So we'll plant these at least 2 away. We'll put it in a square grid now. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take that one away. 7 and 8. And so that would be the size of a single field. That's not actually too much. So I may be able to get away with having this a bit smaller than I originally thought I would need to. Let's just have a look at the size of this on the map. So if I pushed this further down, brought a path down between our 2 houses there, and had, say, 1 behind my house here, 1 on this side, 1 further down. We'll leave the lake as it is, and then a couple more over here. Maybe bring the path around so that the path is between each of these, and have maybe another one there and another one there. And I think that should do it all. Let me take out a few more of these trees. I will mark out the areas where we want these, and of course these will need to be 1 further out actually, so it will be, I will want the fences to be from here and then all the way around like that. So yeah, let me mark it all out and we will come back then. So I've actually decided to go with something a little bit more organic. If we have a look on the map here, you can see I have put in a fence all the way around this area here, and there's a few trees in the middle, but they can stay there. That can be our little pine coppice. But what I'm going to do is place clumps of trees and saplings around in these area, and it will all just be kind of one big field. So I put the gate in just here between my 2 buildings here, and so we can open the gate and head in, and then this is the area we have to play with. Now this isn't a gigantic area, but it will definitely do for what we want. And I've tried to make it organic in the way that the fence has gone round. So if I misplaced one of these fences, I just joined it up to where it was. So I think this one was supposed to be here originally, but it placed there instead. Stuff like that. So I brought it all the way down here into the little dip. And I've tried not to cut back all the way to the lake either, just so that we have some area back here which is natural woodland, and we can have kind of natural trees and stuff in all of this as well. So I haven't found any bees nests, unfortunately. I was hoping to find a beehive in one of the trees that I cut down, because all of this was full of trees originally, and as you can see, this is the small coppice of pine trees that we have. And so I'm not going to do it as structured and regimented as I originally planned to do it, because I think it would just look wrong. So if we head back into here, we can grab, well, first of all I want to grab another gate so that I can put, let's get, say 4 gates, so I can put some gates around at the edges and at the back. And first of all, let's plant, do we have any oak? Yeah, let's grab 9 oak saplings and we can start with those. And what else do we have sapling wise, but I'm going to want kapok saplings. We only have 3 of those. I may as well plant all 3 and get our kapok supplies up. We do have some acacia as well, so I'll grab all of those. Put our food away. We've got plenty of pine, and then maple is the last one. And I think actually I'm going to grab all of the rest of the oak as well, because I know we're going to need a lot of oak moving forward. It's got 25 saplings in total there for that. As you can see, I put the main gate in as well, a couple of fence posts up, and these so that I can put torches on here and here just to light this up at night if we want. And I've done some chiseling on this just to make it a little bit more neat. And I'll do that around on these ones as well, so that we have some space until we get lanterns available where we can start lighting up the area. So I think I will have probably the oak around in this area here. So I'm just going to do this again fairly organically, not looking at exactly the grid pattern in which I'm placing these. I don't want them to be right next to each other, I know that much, but we can just open up a nice big area there for the trees, for the oak trees. So as you come through, you'll have the oak trees on your left hand side there. I think just over here we will have some of the acacia, so we'll go with these like that, and then over here we'll start a little kapok farm there, and then the maple farm can be over in this corner, so we'll have these ones here, and of course we've got the pine already. So there we go. That is a few nice little areas, clumps of trees that we can use to grow up our supplies. Now, one of the things I did want to do today is build up a small little shack where I can start selling some of this stuff as well. So let me gather up some of the materials for that, and I'll work out exactly where I want to place this little shop. So I've decided to put this little shop right next to the warehouse here, and this is going to be a forestry commission where we sell all of different types of wood and a couple of other things as well, like chests and signs. And then when we build the charcoal pit underground, I might start selling charcoal here as well. So I've laid out some kapok slabs on the ground here, a stone path in the middle and a kapok slab in the very centre. So the first thing we're going to want is placement block, and we're going to want the stairs going around like this. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to want signs on these, because there's one thing I've found having a play around with all of this, but if you want to place signs on stairs when they're in this configuration and then chisel them, you have to put the signs on first and then convert them over to chiseled blocks, because when you chisel them, of course, it changes the texture. And because I've changed the texture on this one in order to take away that block there, it means that I'm going to need to chisel all of them. And I don't actually need signs on these for now. They're not in the design, so I am going to go around and chisel everything and just take out the corners just to make everything uniform. And then I don't need it on this one here because we're actually going to take this one away. Just like that. And we're going to grab, let's go round back round to the front and in. We're going to grab a trapdoor from here. Open up that, there we go. And we're going to put the trapdoor at the back as a entrance for me. So there we go. Next thing we're going to do is put some, not sticks, some fences up on here. And they're going to go up by, I think, 3. So just like that. And on this side as well. There we go. And then we want to put a roof on it as well. So I've got some birch slabs here, and we'll need some blocks as well, scaffolding blocks. So we're going to place these all over. I need to make sure I'm okay on the placement of these as well. I should be. I'm getting a bit more used to it now. I was told down in the comments, thank you very much, that I can use a mod, a client-side mod called VS Hub to make these placements a lot easier. So I'm going to have a look into that for next episode and see what that's all about. See if it works for me, see if I like it. And then, do I have enough of these slabs? I hope so. Okay, I only bought half a stack. In the shop here, we're only going to be selling the logs. We're not going to sell the everything else as well because it's too small of a shop for that. We may later on diverge and start selling the stairs and everything as well, but not for now. Now with this is going to be a fairly long job. I also want to go around and make sure all of these are chiselable. So we'll just do that quickly now, because I want all of these just to be 1 pixel or 1 voxel thick. So this is going to be a big job because I'm going to need to first of all take out all of the 4s and then all of the 2s and then all of the 1s. So I'm not going to make you sit through this. What I think I will do is just show you the process on this first row here. So I'll just go through, that would be the first block of all the 4s. And then of course it doubles up on the amount of work effort every time. You go down to the 2s, not straight to the 1s, to the 2s. And then you've got to take out 8 by 8. And then when you come down to the 1s, you've got to take out a 16 by 16. But the overall effect, once it's done, is really, really nice. So you just get a very, very, very thin roof on the building. And because this is a small building, I'm happy to go through this process and just do all of this. However, if it was a much bigger project, I wouldn't want to do everything like this. I think there needs to be something in the game. I may look into a mod for it, but I haven't even started on looking at modding this game yet. Although I am a .NET programmer, so it does make it a lot easier. To actually be able to make blueprints of the stuff that you're making. Of course, if you put a hole in it, you can just fill that little hole in and carry on. So I think that's enough for demonstration, and then we go down to the 1 by 1 and you can see this is where the tedium sets in. But I don't mind this, I don't mind going around doing this, and I'm happy to do commissions for people as well. If people want to pay me to do chiseled work on the server, I'm happy to do that, especially for things like this. Just repetitive geometric work like this is fairly simple and I really don't mind doing it. If it was something a lot more complicated, like I think I've done what we call the 4-dimensional cubes and stuff like that. They are a bit more work. And then if you want to get into really organic shapes, that is where I kind of fall down a bit. I can do it over time, especially in creative. I can just go through and plan exactly what I want to do, and then redo that in survival here. So yeah, I'm going to go through and do this all the way across. You can see just how much time this is taking up just to do this one tiny little area of this entire roof. So yeah, let me carry on with this and I will bring you back once it's finished. So there is the roof of it finished, and you can see it does look good now, now that it's just a single pixel layer, or a single voxel layer. I did realise that I needed a sign in the centre here, so I've had to swap out the chisel block, which is in my inventory here, for just a regular stairs, just for now, while I put a sign just there. And then we can actually take this block out. I've got an axe, and the sign actually stays in place there, so that's good. And then we can place back the chisel block just there. And we're going to do that same little trick just on the top here. So we'll put signs just up there, and then we will take away these blocks here, and that will leave these signs free floating like that. We want another block in the centre here, and for now I'm just going to use a pine log. I think that'll look quite good. And we have a load of chests here, but we also need to make these into labelled chests, because we're going to put labels on everything on here. So we're going to want a chest here, and a chest here. One on there, one on there. Kind of racing against the light here, so try and do this quickly. And then two on the back as well, but not there. And there. And then we want, I'm going to want a few more signs as well. So we have a chest in the centre there, and then I'm going to want 4 signs. Grab these quick. We're making up a load of stock. So 4 signs just on the side of this thing, like that. I'm going to worry about the actual writing on them later on. And there we go. So that is going to be our little store there. We'll have 8 things to sell in total. And I'm going to sleep overnight, get all of this out of the way. I'm surprised it's not raining anymore. It's just been raining for about 6 days solid in-game days. And then we'll label up all of these and put the stock in them in the morning. So a new day has begun, and we can start actually filling up the stock on these and filling out the signs as well. The signs is the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to start with the different things that we're going to sell. So I think the 2 best sellers are going to be oak logs and kapok logs. So we'll do those on the very front as our prime stock. I think birch is going to be one of the next best sellers, so we'll place that at the front here. Not birch, birch logs. And we'll do, let's see, we've got birch, we've got acacia, so I'll do acacia here. Oops, I need to actually put the logs on as well. Logs. There we go. Around the other side, we're going to want maple at the front, because I think that's going to be the next seller. So maple logs. And what's the other one that we don't have? We have pine, of course. How can I forget pine? I always forget pine just because it's so common around here, but we don't even think about trying to get logs for it. Because just as you're clearing stuff away, you get logs anyway. So it's not usually that noticeable that you're actually collecting it. On the centre ones here, I'm going to want payments in the middle chest. So we'll put those armor signs all the way around there. Payments, and I think this should be able to be seen from all the different sides. Payments, and one on this side. Payments, there we go. And then the ones on the back, I'm going to want to sell, I think, stuff I've got a lot of at the moment. So I've got a lot of chests, and I have a lot of signs. Do I want signs, or do I want... No, actually. The one I was going to sell was ladders, because I do have a lot of ladders. I've made up a load of ladders, and I think the chests and the ladders are going to be quite good sellers in this. So on the front we want the Forestry commission. Oh, how do you spell commission? Is it like that? Or is it like that? That seems right. Commission. And we'll say 100% organic stock. And they're like that. 100% organic stock. Because these are homegrown in the field behind us. And so now we have all of the different things. Oh, I've missed that there. Okay. I went through, I think, 4 chisels doing all of this. Crazy. So now the last thing is on top here. We want to write on this first one, we're gonna have wanted items and pay what you feel. Can't have that there. Feel is appropriate, because I don't really know what we're gonna what things are worth at the moment, what people are willing to pay. So the first thing we definitely want is rusty gears. Rusty gears is going to be one of the main kind of sources of income, one of the main currency units within the game here, because they do go out of the system as well as coming into the system because of the traders. So that's a really nice way of actually having a currency system which is actually finite, and you can spend on things other than just player shops. In Minecraft, I know a lot of people use, if there isn't an inbuilt currency system within the pack, then people use diamonds as currency. I've seen a lot of servers do that, and I know that's what Hermitcraft and a lot of the big name servers do. So Rusty Gears is going to be our diamonds in that respect, because there's not much we can do with them apart from barter them with the traders and maybe use them for a couple of different recipes, but for player trading they're going to be really good. I think one of the next things I do need is beeswax. That is something I desperately do need. And another thing is going to be linen, or flax. Linen, yeah, I'll just put linen, because we do need linen for a lot of different things. I can't remember what the actual thing is. The other thing is called with this. Whether it's flax, is it flax twine? I think it is, because I think I'd prefer to say flax twine than linen. Do we want anything else? I think I'm okay for charcoal. I don't really want that. I think I will need some lime, so I'm going to put quick lime, because I do want to start building with some bricks instead of just for cobblestone. So we're going to need mortar for that, and the mortar needs lime, I think. I'm pretty sure. The next thing, one thing I desperately do need is shale stones. So stones. I'm not going to put any... I'm trying to make this as flexible as possible. I will need a lot of flint, and I will need a lot of copper. And I think for now that's going to be okay. So I put the things which I really do need to be able to move onwards with the game, and I'm providing quite an important resource as well, because I know not a lot of people on the server like going around chopping down all the trees en masse to try and build up big amounts of wood. However, I do. I quite enjoy it. It means that I have to stay above ground, which I quite enjoy, rather than being underground. And it means that a lot of my work is only during the day, which is good, because I don't particularly like the nights at the moment. And it means I can just sit here and just chop stuff down and be paid for it. So yeah, that's quite nice. So let's see what kind of stock we have to actually fill this up. I know that we have tons and tons and tons of oak and pine. So I'm going to want somewhere where I can just dump a load of stuff for now. So I'm going to go over to my mailbox and just empty out my inventory into the mailbox. As you can see, I have done a little bit already. We'll keep the chests on us because that is one of the things we are selling. We're going to keep some food on us because we are running low anyway. And we will get rid of everything else. I know I've got tons of pine wood, so I'm not too worried about that. So there is everything out of there. We're also going to dump down our tools because we're not going to need them at the moment. And I'm even going to relinquish control of my shovel. Of my chisel, which is very unheard of for me. So coming back in, now we can pick up all of the oak logs within this chest. And we can transfer these over. Because as I say, I think these are going to be one of the best sellers we have. And I'm just going to put these in as full stacks. Because I don't know how many people are going to need. If people just want a couple, then they can just take a couple. That's why I'm not putting payments in the same chest here. It means that people can take as many as they want and pay whatever they want into the centre chest there. I may actually put a sign on there as well, but it stops you from being able to get to the chest. Kind of like putting item frames on them in Minecraft. It's very difficult to get to the chest behind them. So next we want the birch logs. I don't have too many of these. I was going to leave a layer here as well, but I think I will take all of the stock that I can, and of course the kapok. Let's see how much I can gather up of that. Excellent. Maple I don't have huge amounts of at the moment, so that's everything from there we can gather. Let's come over. I think everyone is gathering underneath in my little charcoal pit because I've just dug that out, but I don't have any means of lighting at all in the game at the moment, so it's difficult. Very, very difficult. So I almost got killed just going down there to mine stuff out before. So there is the kapok fully stocked. Birch isn't going to be quite as good. I'll have to place these in manually. I think my mouse sensitivity could do with tweaking just a little bit. I have some maple, which is just around the other side here. Not a huge amount of it, as I said. But I'm just going to put all the stock that I have in at the moment. And then we can work on getting more. So there's those. The acacia, again, not a huge quantity of. But we have some saplings growing. And then the pine, of course, we have huge, huge quantities of. So there we go with that. We've got one space left, so let's grab a stack of signs. I will leave those there for now. Was it signs we put in? Oh no, it was ladders, wasn't it? I've got tons of ladders, loads of them. So pine here. Let's just spend the first one to put a layer in. And then the rest of it will go in like that. There's pine. We have some maple on us. So that will go in there. And then we have some acacia, which we'll put into here. We'll put the chests. in there for now. And then we want the ladders. So I'll put the signs back. And then the ladders, and see how many I made. Crazy, crazy tons of them. Because I just had so many sticks lying around that I just emptied this chest completely and just made ladders. Because I know that they are valuable. I know that everybody needs them. For building, for caving, and for trading with the traders, trading wagons. Yeah, that's the ones. So we've got a couple more chests in here as well. I can put my food has just rotted, which is bad. I don't have any labelled chests at the moment, but we do have a few more stacks of chests here. So let's put those in, and then we can call that an episode. So there we go. All of those are in. Let's take one last look at the shop, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And I think I will get rid of some of the leaves around here, some of the grass on the ground. Mow the lawn a little bit, just to make it a little bit more neat. People will probably stand back here a little bit and to view the shop. So I'm interested to see what the other server members will think of this, because I am the first person that's done anything with the economy here. Jumped in straight away to try and gather up some materials, because I am feeling a little bit left behind technology wise. I am doing my own smithing. I am going out and gathering some more copper, but I'm doing it in small doses. Most of the time I've just been growing trees and cutting them down and building, because I really wanted building resources to build up these. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.